Hey, this is John Carlos, and I'm here with a look at the Funko Pop rides of the Ecto-1 from Ghostbusters. Now this includes the Winston Pop. Winston was not available for individual sale the way the other Ghostbusters were. If you want him, you have to get the Ecto-1. Taking a look at the Ecto-1, on the whole, it's a relatively clean-looking Pop ride. I tried to find the best one I could at the Hot Topic that I was at, but sometimes the packaging does cover some things that you can't see, or I just didn't look close enough. So I'll go over a couple of nitpicks I have with this, but then I'll mostly just go into what's so good about it. The packaging kind of covered this section right here, so there's this big glop of gray paint that dripped on it. So that's kind of a bummer. I wish the paint had been clean and they didn't drop paint onto it. The only real problem with this is the siren here. I mean, that's just a nightmare to look at. I mean, you'd think just painting blue straight across the thing right here would be alright, but it looks like it got scratched by different things. I don't know, it's all silver. There's this weird glop at the side there. I don't even know. Other than that, though, this is a pretty solid piece. The sculpt of it is really good. I mean, they did kind of retain the shape of the Ecto-1, but kind of squish it into a cartoony design that looks really good. I mean, even just the front grille and the license plate. The license plate's really clean. You can even read, New York rather cleanly. I mean, they kind of glop some orange into those sections there, but still, looks good on the side. All the Ghostbusters logos look really clean. I like how the tires turned out, and no, they do not move. But even like his door handle here, the door handle and the silver little side fins, the red within them's decent. There's a little scratch there, but that's no big deal. The fins on both sides look really good. Now as far as like the attachments goes, the little ladder section goes on the side's cool. But the top gack looks really good. I like the way they kind of translated that into a design. I mean, it's scooted all the way to the back of the car so they can put Winston in the middle. But the yellow pieces look good. The blue tubing with the silver paint on the sides, decent. All these little pieces look good. I'm happy with how all this top stuff turned out. And how clean the lights on the back look. I wish the front looked like that. Again, this license plate on the back is really clean and well done. Again, all the logos look nice. But every door handle, every black window, the silver that goes around the windows and windshield, really solid stuff. The DeLorean that I had all sorts of weird, like, black paint gone awry and kind of set like a new standard for me for what to expect with Pop rides. And I think the Ecto-1 turned out really clean. And then there's poor Winston, who not only shows up late into the movie, but also shows up late into this toy line. He didn't get individually released with all the other Ghostbusters. He came out later with this Ecto-1. He also doesn't get his own unique sculpt. See, Ray and Egon and Venkman get their own individualized sculpt. He just gets Venkman's sculpt, but his hands are painted black instead of white. Taking a closer look at Winston, there are quite a few things wrong with him. We'll start with the Ghostbuster logo, which is not centered on his arm, it's tilted a little bit. Nothing drastic, but it is a bit askew. And the red paint is like faded, it's not even fully red painted there, it's distressed. There's also this glop of paint there. The little black dots that go along his belt are all kind of wonky, including the center section, which smears on his crotch a bit. This black paint kind of smears away from the glove. But I will say that the Proton Pack is well painted. They did a good job with that at least. Also his boots, aside from that line smear, these are some really clean boots. I've seen some poorly painted boots and these follow a nice line and look really good. But one problem I have is like his armpit area here. I don't even know what this stuff is. I want to say it's glue, but it's like a glaze that's spreading across his chest, like his ribs, his chest, his shoulder area, his armpit. And not only is that glaze there, but there's a big glop of it here. Like you can feel it's all gross and gloppy. I don't know what the hell happened here, but Funko really needs to get their act together with stuff like this, because it's not... I mean, that's not cool. That's gross. Now, looking at his head, they did a pretty good job with this. His eyes look clean. I mean, there's a little bit of a... like a fade out going there. It's not a perfectly clean circle. The edge kind of bleeds a bit, but it's nothing drastic when you look at it. It's not really a problem. His mustache looks good. And for the most part, I'm happy with his hairline. It bleeds on his ear a bit, but the line for the most part, where it kind of tucks in there, is actually really clean. I've seen some that have like a black Sharpie line to fix a problem, but that gap there looks good. Back of the head looks good as well. My main problem is right here, where the paint line breaks. You can actually feel the gloppiness of the paint. That's kind of annoying. You can see that little line there, but you actually feel it too. But aside from that, his face does look really good. It's really clean. I like the mustache. I like the eyes. I just wish maybe he got his own unique sculpt, and I wish he didn't have, you know, that like glob of jizz on his armpit there. Those complaints aside, I really like this set. I mean, if you're not looking at Winston up close, if you just look at him from a distance, he looks really cool. You don't really see any problems. Now, the Ecto-1 has these two little pegs at the bottom, and those match these two little holes in his feet. So we'll go ahead and pop him in. Well, that was really easy. He fits really easily into the Ecto-1, and I gotta admit, with his little head poking out, he does look really cute. I used to nitpick that the Pop Ride's wheels don't move, but you know what? A Pop figure has like no articulation aside from its head. Like, these are not an articulation-based series, so I shouldn't expect articulation on the cars as well. They're just one really cool, simple accessory, just like these are really cool, simple toys. And together, I dig these a lot. I think it looks awesome. Thanks for watching.